Hello everyone, I'm back with another video, and currently I have to speak a little bit quietly because it's 11:32 p.m. and I have neighbors. But I really wanted to record a video about this Animal Crossing Direct. So I had my dynamics exam this morning. I'm hoping it went pretty well. Unfortunately, it ended up taking me 2 hours to do, so I wasn't able to watch the Direct live. So that's part of the reason why this video is so late. Additionally, I haven't been feeling well, so I was almost not going to do a video tonight, but I decided to because I ended up listening to myself in the video I made last night, and I got really motivated because it was really cool to kind of listen to myself and seeing that I actually didn't do absolutely horrible. So I'm going to kind of talk about the Animal Crossing Direct, as I previously mentioned. And as I said in the last video, this Direct has been super long awaited. We haven't had any news or anything since September. We've had bits and pieces of little accessories being released here and there, but other than that, we haven't heard much. So to have this half an hour long Direct is really, really awesome. So actually, one of the first things I noticed was that there's a new tap noise. I'm not sure if anyone else noticed, but when Tom Nook was talking to us in the beginning, there's like a little tap, like a tap, tap, tap. It was happening like after when you change the chat windows. So I thought that was kind of interesting that there's some new sound effects and everything. Obviously we're going to get new music because it's a new Animal Crossing game. That's something that I thought was interesting. The first thing I noticed besides that was that they have new hairstyles. And of course we already knew they would have new hairstyles, but I personally wasn't sure if they would be actually new hairstyles or if some of them would be some of the wigs that some of the characters can have that you can buy from the Able Sisters or whatnot. But yes, it was confirmed. They have a hairstyle that looks like mine. I'm so excited. They have never had a hairstyle that looks like mine before. And for those of you who may have longer hair, they have longer hairstyles too, which is just incredible. And so I was thrilled to see the new customization options. They have wavy hair, they have straight long hair, they have dreads. It's great. There's an option for everyone. So next, I realized that one of my favorite villagers, Marshall the squirrel, returned, so I was very excited about that. And you actually get to choose your map again. So this is something that they kind of made available in New Leaf, and so you could kind of pick your town layout. But with this one, they really go to the extreme because not only can you pick your town layout, but you can also edit it as you go along. So later on in the Direct, they actually announced that you could like change the rivers, you could add waterfalls, you could add cliffs. There's a ladder tool now. That's really cool. And so this town will be completely, or I guess island per se, will be completely customizable, which is very cool to me. Additionally, the cherry blossoms look amazing. They're so pretty, and I don't know if anyone else knows, but there's these little cherry blossom piles actually at the bottom of the cherry blossom trees, and it was so cute. Let's see, there's new bug animations, there's a lot of just quality of life graphic improvements, but for those of you that follow me on Twitter, you will know I was geeking out about the clouds. So as an atmospheric science major, I happen to know a lot about clouds. You could send me a picture on Twitter or tag me in something, be like, Lauren, what types of clouds are these? And I would be able to answer, well, those are lenticular clouds, or those are cumulus congestus clouds. For those of you that don't speak nerd, cumulus congestus is basically just a towering cumulus cloud. But that's something that's actually in Animal Crossing. They have the cumulus clouds, they have the cumulus congestus clouds, they have cumulonimbus clouds actually. But additionally, the only other cloud types that I ever noticed in Animal Crossing before were stratus clouds, and those are kind of your little low-level, kind of just flat layer-like clouds. And so they added new cloud types. Not only did they add new cloud types, they added contrails. Can you believe that? There's contrails in Animal Crossing confirmed in this new Nintendo Direct. So I was thrilled about that. But kind of going back to the cloud types, there's actually cumulus, as I mentioned, altostratus undulatus, which sounds really nerdy, but it's basically like if you ever see those kind of like wave-like clouds, not the actual waves because those are different types of clouds that I can't quite put my finger on the name of, but they kind of look like almost like ocean, like a sea floor, like where the waves have gone over, and it's really cool. And I also caught just a little bit of altocumulus clouds. So the fact that they really updated the cloud physics engine, which sounds really weird that I would focus on that, but I actually studied cloud physics very extensively over the past semester, so having them be a little more realistic is really cool to me. So kind of moving on from the whole cloud thing, the weather systems, oh my gosh, the northern lights look beautiful. The snow looks beautiful. We now have gusty winds. So it's not just one wind speed like we've seen before. You can have gusty winds during thunderstorms. You can have light winds, maybe during a nice calm spring day. Maybe you can just have gusty winds just in the fall, because the fall tends to be really windy. But regardless, being able to do all this stuff and having the weather be, I wouldn't necessarily revamped, but at least better displayed is just really, really cool. So something else that I noticed is that there are new collecting options. So I can't remember if I mentioned this in the last video, but in the past we've had the Acorn Festival, which was in Animal Crossing Wild World. And so in that you would collect acorns, and you would not want to collect the rotten acorns. Don't do it. Cornheimer will be very upset with you. But in this game, it actually looks like there's different things that we can collect. So mushrooms are returning, and we can collect that. But in addition, we can also collect different types of leaves in the fall, and we can collect ornaments in the winter. So what I'm kind of curious about this is, what if we collect these leaves? It could be a new furniture set, like so for the mushrooms, once you collect a mushroom that's special per se, you can collect mush furniture rather, and so maybe it'll be like an ornament set or a leaf set. There's already leaf chairs and leaf everything, so maybe we'll have something like that. Or maybe it'll be something like with Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, and we can trade those items in for rewards, depending on the season. So I think that would be a really cool idea. Additionally, I thought it was very interesting how during the Direct they kept on going how the Nook company, Nook Inc., they're very generous, and they gave you 2 facilities. Wow, 2 whole facilities, guys. That's really great. But to kind of go over that, the airport looks stunning. I think it looks incredible, and I love the card stand idea. I think it's so cool, especially since, if you notice, we can actually have seasonal card stock, which you can buy, and it's only a limited amount of time, I guess, because on the Direct it actually said only available until, I think it was like May 31st or something like that. I don't even know if there was a 31st in May, but we'll go with that. So not only did it look good, but the interactions are awesome in the airport. So another thing that's in the airport, I actually noticed this. So the 2 dodos, Orville and Wilbur, they are actually named after the Wright brothers. Fun fact, I don't know if any of you realize that, but that is what they are named after. And so the island tours are something that got announced today. I think that is so cool. And I actually, if you watched my last video, I actually did end up calling them. I did mention I would like to see the plane being able to take you to different islands, and maybe there's like an online hub. And while the online hub didn't really get announced, we did get the announcement that we can go to different islands, and actually we can pretty much just do whatever we want to them. They're just island tours, so you can take the resources, and that kind of sounds like colonialism, I think that's the term, which is kind of bad, but like, it's just a game, it's fine. And so we're gonna go to the islands and take the resources. Yay. But just in general, there's a lot of things that are going on. The other facility that we have is the island facilities office thing. Can't quite remember, but we do get our own DIY recipes, so I guess we collect them. What I'm curious about is if some of the ingredients or things that we can collect that I mentioned earlier will be used for these DIY recipes. So maybe, as I said, Pocket Camp, it's pretty much you have the whatever furniture item, or you have the clothes you want to craft, and unfortunately they cost leaf tickets most of the time now, which kind of sucks. But in this game, we won't have leaf tickets, so you can just kind of craft them how you want. So being able to do that is really, really, really cool. Something else that's really cool is that the Nook phone will have new apps over time. I really love just the quality of life improvements that Tom Nook has gotten. So not only the new apps, but also there's an island-wide broadcast, and I think that's really cool. I would love to see, maybe, just maybe, we could have a villager that comes and gives us the weather every single morning. How does that sound? That sounds wonderful to me. I think that's so cool. I actually put a little note here that said the rain with a bunch of hearts, because the rain is so pretty in this game. Let's see, I made a little joke because, while they were going on about the dangerous insects, fun fact, I am terrified of butterflies. I don't like butterflies, I definitely don't like moths, but, the butterfly room scared me, and for me, the butterflies on the island will be the most dangerous insects, if you know what I mean. So something else that I thought was really cool was that the rescue service, I don't know how the heck you would get lost on your island anyway, but the fact that you can have what sounded like Mr. Rossetti come and save you from being stranded on your own island that you probably shouldn't get stuck on anyway was really cool. But the interesting thing was it didn't really sound like Rossetti. It almost sounded like Don Rossetti, not Mr. Rossetti. So I don't know how that's going to work, but having the Rossetti brothers there as rescue service agents is something I did not expect. I would never expect them to be rescue service agents. So as we kind of progressed in the video, we also saw how the new houses are going to work and how the expansions are, and we saw some new furniture items, and I should take a picture sometime of my room, but there are plants everywhere. Actually, to the left of my computer right now, there's a plant. It's not doing too well. I have to water it, but it's there. I have a bunch of plants. So I saw there was actually like a little succulent, and I have a ton of succulents in my room. Most of them are doing well. It's not just this one. But there's just plants everywhere in the room. I was so happy. But additionally, the windows and the doors have frames now in this game, so it looks so clean. It has a little hardwood, and it just looks beautiful. But yeah, other than that, I mean, we saw the new characters, the new special characters. I thought Daisy Mae was so cute. I just wanted to hug her and pinch her little cheeks. Of course, I won't actually do that unless there's an option in-game. But additionally, we found out that there's going to be free updates for the holidays. And I think this is actually a really cool idea because, number one, people won't be able to skip now. They might be able to skip to Easter, but that's about it. And I think that's really cool that we'll be surprised. Well, maybe even every single year. Maybe we'll have a different event every single year. I think that sounds really, really, really cool. And I don't even know if it's just going to be the holidays that come up in for the free updates. I think there could be more than that. So having those is just really, really cool. But anyway, so that's kind of all I had for my opinions on this Nintendo Direct. I know it's been going on for like 15 minutes now. I apologize, there's a lot to talk about. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you would like, you can follow me on Twitter at @anxiousbee, or you can just reach out to me here. I'm always willing to chat. But anyway, I hope you have a lovely night, and I hope to, I guess, talk to you soon.